Hey, you guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me put this up. I always feel weird. Let's put this like this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is, let's see, Pink Boot Camp session number 6. And we are excited that you're here tonight. So we are going to be talking about office systems. So tonight is about organization, office systems, things like that. And we're going to give you some visuals. And so Mary and I have kind of different systems, and I will tell you, I'm a little more techie. She is like phenomenally organized, but you know, it doesn't surprise me. She's like a military wife, and they've moved a million times, and I am from Melbourne, and I still live in Melbourne, and I have everything I've ever owned still here, and I'm realizing I need to like clean stuff out. So it's gonna be great for you guys. So you might be able to relate to one or the other. But the cool thing is, we're both sales directors with Mary Kay. And we've both earned a ton of cars, and we've both been successful, and we've both done national quota sales. Like she's done it how many, 6, 7 times?
Yeah.
I think this will be my 6th year, your 7th or 8th year.
I think
so anyway, we have great thriving businesses. So the good news is you can hopefully pick up something. So I will tell you that when you're new, and this is really developed for new consultants coming into the business, but it's also something that anybody can come back and watch and maybe pick up some new ideas and some new things. So, but I will tell you that when you're new, you need enthusiasm and that coachability to just get out there and do it, you know, and learn how to do the selling appointment and those kinds of things. And so what we're going to talk about tonight is not stuff that you like have to have in your ducks in a row before you start doing your appointments. It's sort of that other stuff that will keep you from going further once you're in the saddle, so to speak, and you're doing your appointments. You'll get to a place where you've got to have some management in your office, or you won't. I know for me, if my office is messy, I don't want to go in my office. I don't want to make booking calls. I don't want to do anything because I'm so unorganized. And so, so you do have to have some systems in place. And so we're excited because we are earning the cruise, and a lot of us, everybody in the unit should be focused on that because that's like totally exciting, a cruise for 2. And so before we actually dive into the office organization, I wanted to go over just kind of like terminology. What does it mean to be active? What does it mean to be qualified? What are the keep selling bonuses that you get? What, you know, are the team building bonuses? How can I build my inventory without paying for it? Things like that. And so the Bestie program, what is that all about? You know, why can some people order for 75, some people can only order for 100, that kind of thing, or new starter kits, I mean. And so basically, I want to talk to you about the active status and why is that important? Why is it important for you? Why is it important? How does that affect you? How does it affect the people on your team? How does that affect your position in the company? And so when you become a consultant and you sign your agreement and you get your starter kit, you are what we call new, N1 status. So that's new status. That means you're not active yet. You just got the kit. You're just in the N1 status. And so your very first order is what the Great Start Selling bundles are all about, okay? And so you probably have gone over, if you're new, you've gone over inventory options and things with your director. And there's that brochure that's called Great Starts bonuses that you can earn with your very first order. And so you have the opportunity to come in what we call qualified, which is 600 wholesale or higher with your very first order. So when you start your N1, when you place your first qualified order, you immediately become active 1. But you don't have to place a qualified order to become active. An active order is only $225 wholesale, okay? So you get to order $450 retail, and it only costs you $225 wholesale plus the tax. So those are the difference. Active just means a $225. Qualified means $600. Okay. So you're active, of course, if you do a qualified as well. And so in my mind, even if you're coming in just for yourself and some friends and family, you want to hit the qualified because you can easily take orders, get some groups together, because you're going to get at least $158 free. If you do that in your first 2 weeks, you're going to get another custom look for yourself, which is another $129. So it's like $333 free with a $600 order. So you get like what is that, $1,533 for a $600 investment. So it's like super great. But how does that affect anything? So your very first order, that's what those freebies are on. But let's go back to the active status. So your A1, when you place a $225 wholesale dollar order in that month, all of a sudden now you hit A1. So you went from N1 to A1 in that same month, or if you did it the next month, whenever you put a 225 wholesale order in, you become what they call A1, active 1, okay? So when you're in the active status, you have what they call the earned discount privilege, which means that you can order any size order that you want. You could order $10, you know, I don't know what's $10, a $15 oil-free makeup remover, and only pay $7.50. You get a 50% discount no matter what size order is when you're in the A status. So you are in the A status for 3 months, the month that you place the 225 and the next 2 months, okay? So let's just say today, this is April. So if you do an active order in April, your A1 in April, you'll be, if you don't do any more, you'll do, don't hit 225 or more in May, maybe you don't place any order in May, you'll become A2. And then in June, you'll become A3, unless you placed another 225 or more order in May or June. Did I do that wrong? I think I'm forgot in April. Okay.
No, you're right. May or June.
As soon as you place a 225 or more in any month, you reset back to A1. Okay. Yeah. So there's no requirement to do that. By no means do you have to order every month or every 3 months to stay in the A status. It just means that when you are in the active status, the A status, you can order any size order you want and still get 50%. So, you know, you could order, like, let's just say next month you're in A2 status, and maybe you have an order, it's a customer delivery order, and it's $150. Okay, you got your 50% discount, so $75 wholesale, and then maybe you get you have some sales and you need to order some more, and it's another 200 wholesale order. So now you've got 275 wholesale. You reset yourself back to A1. So it can be multiple orders in the same month, and if all of the wholesale orders multiples equal 225 or higher, you reset back to A1. Nod if that makes sense. Yeah. Did I say that right? Okay. All right. So it's really not confusing when you're in for a little bit, but sometimes as a new person you learn all this other new stuff, and it can be like, what? Okay. So let's just say that you're A1 in April. You don't place enough 225 or higher in May, or in May. So now you're A2 in May, and June comes and you still haven't placed, you know, you haven't got enough sales or whatever. In June you're A3 and you still don't place another 225 order. So now we're in July 1. With July 1, now your consultant status is I1, inactive 1. Now you have become inactive. It's been 3 months since you placed a 225 wholesale order, and now you're in the inactive status. Okay, so what does that mean? All right, what that means is if you want to place any order, you must place a 225 in order to get a 50% discount. It does not mean that you have to place an order. What it means is if you need to order some products from Mary Kay and you want a 50% discount, you've got to place a 225 wholesale order to get a 50% discount. That's what that means, okay? But there's also something if you have team members. And so this isn't something we usually talk a lot about because, I mean, there are new consultants and lots of them now are coming into the Red Jackets in their first month, and it's important to know this. That's why we're going over it. But when you have team members and you're in the inactive status, the I status, you will not receive commission from anything that your team does in that month, okay? And I love this particular rule because I believe that the leader, speed of the leader is the speed of the gang, and I do believe that you should lead by example. So if you haven't ordered a 225 wholesale order in 3 months, that means you're not working your business because there's just no way to see some faces and not need to order some product, okay, in 3 months. No. So, and if you have team members and they are selling the product and they are having to place orders and they're going to be ordering from the company, if you're in the inactive status, you don't receive commission in that month on whatever your team ordered in that month, okay? Mm-hmm. So when you start building a team, you really don't really want to fall inactive because you don't want to leave money on the table, right? So, but let's just say that it only affects you if you don't have team members, you don't have commission to earn anyway, so that won't matter. So let's just say July is I1, you haven't placed a 225. And then August comes, you still haven't placed a 225, so now you're I2. And then September comes and you still haven't placed another wholesale order, so now you're I3, okay? Is there a company requirement to place an active order? Nope. Nope. You only have to place a 225 once every 12 months to keep your consultant number. Okay. So I want everybody to know that, because there's some misinformation out there that people think they have to order every quarter, and you don't. The terminology, though, to stay active, you do need to order every 3 months, but that is not a company requirement. Okay. That's to stay in the active status. So I'm trying to give you the Mary Kay lingo so that you understand how it works. Because it's not necessarily the same English that's out there in the world, okay? So there's no misunderstanding. So now we're in September. It's I3. It's September. We still haven't placed another $225 order. So now we're moving into October. There is no I4. October now becomes 6 months since you placed the 225 order in April. So October now becomes your T1 status, terminated. You are terminated, as the Terminator would say. That sounds so terrible. That sounds so scary, okay? But terminated is not meaning that you are no longer a consultant. It just means that you've been terminated from the mailing. So you're not going to get the Applause magazine anymore. You're not really counted in the inactive status of your unit number, which really means nothing to the person that's T1. But there is something significant. If you have team members, you will lose your team members, because it's been 6 months since you placed an active order, and the company feels like if it's been 6 months since you placed an active order and you have team members, you are not leading them at all. So you will actually lose your team members, and they will just fall into the unit, and nobody will get 13% or 9% or 4% personal commission on them, okay? Which is a darn shame. That never should happen.
Yeah.
That would be a tragedy. But I understand it. Go ahead, Mary.
Oh, I was just going to add a couple things that add to what you were saying. So one thing I always tell people or caution consultants, especially new consultants, is that you can place smaller orders and get your 50% discount, but keep in mind that the shipping is a flat fee. And so if that's a little bit better. If you're only ordering like a $20 worth of products, yeah, you get your 50%. However, you're paying a flat fee for shipping on top of that. So just be aware of that, because that can really eat away at your profit margin. The other thing I also tell new consultants to really be aware of is watch your wholesale and your retail, because even if your wholesale hits $225, but your retail is only $225, you're still paying full price. So make sure that your retail hits $450. And then you'll see your wholesale drop down to half price. But if it's not $450 retail, you're still paying full price. Even if it's like $449 retail, you're still paying full price. Do you see what I'm saying? So you have to hit the $450. So I just wanted to say that, because sometimes people are confused by seeing that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Great.
And the other thing with losing your team, it's permanently. Like, they don't come back when you reactivate. Once you lose your team, everybody that's on your team is gone permanently. So they don't come back. So I always hate to see that happen too.
Yeah. That's just a no good thing. Okay, so now you're T1. I don't even know what month we're in now. October, T1, is that right? Okay, so you're in T1 status. Now, your director, I know I do this, we're sending you notifications, okay? You're getting them probably from the company, but you should be getting them from me from email. I try to get text out as well to let you know where you're at, because some people are doing this just for themselves, right? They're not doing this as a business. They're just doing it for their family and themselves, and that's totally cool too. Absolutely cool. And so, but time flies by. You sometimes don't even know where you're, 6 months has gone by in a blink, right? And so you'll get a notification. It's not to make you stressed out, just to let you know. I know my unit really appreciates those consultants in my unit that are like that. They really appreciate knowing. In fact, I just had one say to me just a few minutes ago, hey, when is my deadline? When do I need to get my order in, before she loses her consultant number. So when you're in T status, you're not getting the Applause magazine anymore. Now, I still will post. I'm going to actually start posting my newsletter, so you'll still be able to see that. You still are part of our face group. Nobody's kicking you out of anything with me, that kind of thing. But the company just doesn't. They feel like you're not engaged, so they're not going to send you the Applause magazine. Now, T1 status goes all the way through to T6, which is a whole year. Okay, and so T1, you're in terminated status. So all that means is you've got that in the next 6 months to place a 225 order. And so, you know, for people that fall into the T status, I would really say call your director, have another makeover, get back into the game with not necessarily to sell, but just to see what is available for you. Because I know myself, I spend probably $2,000 in products just for myself every single year. I use the Time Wise Repair Set, the body toning lotion, the tone correcting serum, you know, foundation, mineral powder. I use so many things, right? And that I get 50% discount on that. So just for myself, it is completely worth it, right? And so I would say, don't forget that, because it's such a quality, great product. You want to just get back in front. What's new? What's great? Let me try some products, have a new makeover, and get back in the game as far as what's available to you. All right, so at any time, T status, inactive status, that you place a 225 wholesale order, you reactivate back to A1, okay? All right, I think we've explained that very well. I would say that that is done. So we've talked about qualified means 600 wholesale order, and active means 225 wholesale order. So when you're a new consultant, starting since January, they've had this great starts thing. And so you can start with a qualified order and get the best, biggest bundles on that first order. Or if you choose not to do that, or if you do that, but then you order another 600 in your first 4 months, you keep getting free bundles, okay? You keep getting more free products. So for every 600 level you hit, after your initial order, you get another $110 bundle. And the bundles for the keep selling great starts is, they're like, instead of being 158 average, they're like 100, they're 110. So they're like the smaller of the original bundles. But they're awesome. I mean, it's like the miracle sets. It's like the, what do they call it? The great start set. So you get like a charcoal mask, a microdermabrasion, and a satin lips is one of the sets, which is like, I think, fantastic, because we use those at every single appointment. There's one with 2 mascaras and 4 lip glosses. So just some really great bundles. And you get this free to build your inventory up for free every time you hit another 600 level in your first 4 months. So whatever month you started, and this is only for people who started since January, you just want to count out that month and the next 3 months, and that's your great start period, okay? The other thing that's really great for the great start period for newbies is not only do they get the keep selling bundle every time they hit another 600 increment, but they also get 2 bundles for every new qualified team member that they get. So stay with me on this one, okay? So let's just say you were a consultant that started in February, all right? 3 months after February, so 4 months over, February, March, April, May. So May is your last month of your great start period, all right? And let's just say that you've added 4 new team members in this period, February, March, April, you've added 4. Let's just say you added 4 this month. Okay. And maybe they haven't all ordered yet, but you added them yourself in this period. Your great starts runs out in May. So as you're selling and keep selling those great start, keep selling bundles, after May, they're gone. You don't get those anymore. But you've got these 4 team members, and they may not even become qualified 600 wholesale. They can start with a 600, or they can add and build it to 600. But they may not become qualified, baby, until, like, say if they started this month, they had till July. So it might be June or July that they actually get qualified. The cool thing is they don't have to become qualified in your great start period. They just need to be recruited in your great start period. Does that make sense? So when they do finally become qualified, you get a $50 team building bonus, and you get to pick 2 bundles, which is $220 and more free product. So it really behooves you to build your team as much as you can in those first 4 months, as well as see the people, hold the appointments, and sell as much product so that you can hit each level higher to get more free product. Because that's like $360, right? $330 in free product when you hit another 600 and you recruited qualified. That's like phenomenal. Like, they didn't have that when Mary and I started. Nothing like that. Not even anything close to that. So I want you guys to be aware of that. I wanted to kind of like go over that with you. I realize that you're probably going to have to write things down because not everybody's a numbers or audio learner, and I didn't have a chart for you. But it is all on InTouch, and you can check it out there. So now let's talk about what we're going to talk about. So I am going to attempt to sign into this Zoom with my phone, and I'm praying that this is going to work, and I'm going to be able to use my phone to Spotlight to show you some of my systems. So whatever office area that you have set up, whether you have a whole bedroom like I have that I can use as my office, or if you have like a desk area, it might be a part of another room, but like a little desk area, or it may even just be some bins under your bed that you use and use your bed. You know, so there's kids in college that do this in a dorm room. So it depends on what your situation is. You know, but whatever it is, I'm all about systems. I got to have systems because if it's out of sight, I forget about it completely. So it has to be a logical thing that my mind would go, okay, what do I need? So this is my desk. And so this is kind of like prime real estate. When I sit down to work, I've got my phone, I've got my calendars, it's prime real estate. So whatever is here is stuff that I'm going to need immediately or I use super often and that kind of thing. It's not going to have obscure stuff. It's going to have the stuff that you want to grab all the time or file away or whatever. I'm praying this works. I've never done this and I'm hoping this works. I don't know what this means. So I don't know if you can see this. I have my printer right here. But right here is like my folder. Here, I'll pull out my February. All right, so here's my February folder. And in my February folder are all my sales tickets that I had, my profile cards, my sales tickets, and all my Did You Knows. But I also have my tracking sheet of all the faces that I did, sales and everything else. So it's all in one folder. So boom, I have it right there. And it's right here by this so that as I see the people and I put them all into my customers, if it's not already done on my phone, I'll put them into my customers on the computer, process anything that I need to process, and it's all right here. So that's one system that I do. Mary, what do you do for that system real quick as I'm trying to get it in?
Yeah, basically the same thing. My, I love that you said I'm so organized because it's not true. Oh, I hear echoing. You got it to work.
Yeah, that's it. Man. Wait, why is that not? Holy moly, that's scary.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I got it to work, but how do I make it flip? Oh, here.
There you go.
Did it flip? Oh, it did flip. I'm looking at myself here because I'm the primary one. Okay, good. All right. So keep going. Here, I'll put you in a spotlight.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say, right now I'm not organized. I'm kind of in between assistants. And so I really, honestly, I just have a pile on my desk right now that I'm hoping to get to tomorrow. But really, I mean, for as far as like tracking customers and stuff like that, I do have my files are right behind my computer, and I have this in my file. And so I have one of these each month that I fill out as I'm going, and I'm adding people to it. So I'm tracking my faces and my sales and all of that for the month, so I know exactly where I'm at. And what I actually do to keep mine is I have it actually in my date book, at the front of my date book. So I have one of it's kind of like the teacher size planner. And so that's what I use on a regular basis. So for me personally, the two things I carry with me at all times is my date book and my notebook that has my 6 most important things to do list. It's more like a brain dump for me. And then any conversations I have with consultants or customers, I keep notes in my notebook, and I carry this with me everywhere. So I have lots and lots of notes. If I'm at a workshop or whatever, all my notes for that workshop go in here. So, and I used to just get a new notebook every month, but now I found that I had so much room at the end of the notebook that I just keep using it, honestly. So it ends up being about 2 months worth in a notebook. But those are the two things I carry with me. So that loose paper, I have it clipped into my the cover of my book. So that's how I keep it. So I have it with me at all times, and then I can easily write down who I've seen and how much I've sold and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I do.
Awesome. All right. I'm gonna but right behind me, because I'll sit down, and you guys know that I do the Google Forms. And so in this little cubby right here, I just have this little thing, and I have sales tickets and I have profile cards. Okay, so when I sit down to pre-profile, they're right here. I grab them, I pre-profile them. If I have customers that order, they call in or online order, I always fill out a sales ticket. So over here is my stack of sales tickets for this month, and they'll go into the folder for the month of, what is this month? April. Okay, and then I also have a lookbook for reference. That's an older one, but anyway. So because believe it or not, when you've been in for 20 years, sometimes you go blank on a price or whatever. So I just like to always make sure I don't overcharge or undercharge or whatever, and I have it right there if I'm doing up something by hand. So anyway, this is just always really close by.
That's so funny. Okay. This is Jamie, this is what I have. Same kind of idea. I have it all right here. So I have my tickets, my profile cards, my newest lookbook, and my consultant order form all in one place right here at my desk too.
Yeah.
Funny.
Well, that's why, you and I are selling directors. We're selling and recruiting directors, but we are heavily in the field. And and what's nice about that for the consultants is, here, I'm going to just, okay. What I mean by that, obviously every director is selling the product, but not every director does national quarter sales all the time, okay?
Right.
Mary and I have built customer bases. We literally are in the quarter sales just about every year now. And so we are actually in the trenches with you, and that's why we're doing this, so we can show you what we actually do. When I become a national sales director, I'm not going to be in the field as much as I am now as a consultant. Do you know what I'm saying? But right now we are, and these are the systems that we use, and so I want you to know. So you can't see it, but right here I have like a little shelving unit, and then here's this little thing, and in here I keep my labels, okay? Because I put my reorder labels on every single product except for color items, because I think it's tacky, because I don't think anyone wants to show her lipstick with a label on it. So and eyeshadows, they're doing a compact, so I'm not playing that. But so not mascara, I don't do that either. So no color items, but I do it on everything else. And I'm anal about this, and it's just me. You don't have to be this way. This is just how I am. So I have all three. I have the pink, the white, and the black. The pink goes on all the repair because it's almost the same color as the bottles. The black goes on the things that black would look good with, like the oil-free eye makeup remover, or the tone correcting serum, or things like that. And then the white goes on the things like the botanical set looks great with the white, or the satin hand sets look great with the white. Satin lips looks great with the white. So I want it to look as attractive as possible, but I want it to have my reorder label. I know. I'm a little crazy, but that's what I do. I also have my self-addressed stamper in here, so that when I have an order come in, you guys, I just grab my bin. I've got my labels, my self-addressed stamper, so any catalogs that come in, I can quickly do that, and it's all in one place. Mm-hmm. Okay? And it's also great if I'm putting them on the back of, sometimes I use this reorder labels for my Sparkle cards, so it's all kind of like right here. Yeah. And that's the system. Okay, and I have one other system I was going to show you. So we have customer delivery service, which is phenomenal. We didn't always have that. That's fairly new, like the last 5 or 6 years, I think. Yeah. But prior to that, we would do our own shipping. And I still do my own shipping because it's still, not always. I mean, if it's cheaper to do it customer delivery service and faster, like if it's a situation where I just want to get it to her quick, I'll do that. But I don't like eating up my profit with shipping. So I don't charge my customers shipping if they buy something $50 or more. Mm-hmm. I won't charge them shipping at all, because I'm glad that they're using me and not somebody else local to them. Mm-hmm. So I have a shipping bin. I have like little cubbies behind me. Okay, so this is my shipping bin. And in here, I just got a little postage scale from like Office Depot. And then I have various sizes of these little bubble mailers. And then whenever I get like smaller shipments from Mary Kay or whatever, some of the smaller boxes, somebody sent me something here, I'll just save that box because it's great if I have multiple lipsticks or something I need to send. So I kind of save those boxes and reuse them again. And then also in here, I always like my packages to look great. And I'll show you, I'm going to show you my wrapping system in a second, but I always have the outside of the envelope stickers because I always want them to be excited. And you have to remember something, the mail passes through many hands before it actually gets to the person it's going to. And so I got some of these, but I actually made some myself. I ran out of the small ones and the big ones, but I made these on Vistaprint, and my website's actually on here. And it's just Happy Mail. I just made up a circle design. And I had the small pages, the small ones too, but the small ones are gone. So if the package is small, this is kind of big. But you can do that too. Again, I want to caution you, for the new consultants watching, this is not stuff that you have to have right now. You want to have sales right now. You need to, get your power start down and get comfortable with those appointments. But we're kind of showing you this because you can come back and watch this as you get to that next level and get next place and you need a system. You can come back and watch this. Because sometimes people get all their systems in a row, but they don't have a single client yet because they haven't actually done that part, and that part's actually the most important part. Okay, so anyway, but it's all right here in a bin. All right here, so when I do have some mailing, that's what I do. And I will say, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm a freak about packing tape because it's clear. So my packing tape is right here too, just to kind of seal the deal with stuff. Okay. All right. So
I was going to add to that really quick.
Okay,
I use those exact same hot pink bubble mailers, and you can order them on Amazon. Really inexpensive, you guys, to get, and just get a couple sizes. Because like Jamie said, I do the same exact thing. So it either goes customer delivery service, or if it's going to be shipping-wise, if it's going to be a lot less than that, I'm not going to spend that much in shipping if I'm just sending a couple eyeliners or, mascara or lipstick, something that's super lightweight. I won't send it customer delivery because it doesn't make sense to pay that much in shipping. So that's what I do, the exact same thing, exactly what you say. Now, if I'm sending somebody a repair set, absolutely I will use customer delivery service because that's way less than what you would have to pay yourself.
right.
So I do the exact same thing. I totally have a little happy label.
Yeah.
It's
fun.
It's totally funny. We're so twinning.
We are. We really are. We're the Wonder Twins.
We are. I didn't even know that we have the same system. That's okay.
Oh, you didn't? That's so funny.
No.
Yeah, we're Wonder Twins.
I just got those stickers off of pinkprinting.com. I didn't make my own like you did on Vistaprint, but that's a great idea.
The other ones I have were from Pink Printing. The warning, it said, warning, this package will cause extreme happiness.
I love
That's
it.
from Pink Printing. But the bigger ones I made with I wanted my website on there because it does cause hands.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And then I was just going to say too, you guys, you can get multiple of these stampers. Yeah. And so I actually have one, the one on the top here has my website and my phone number, my email, all that. And then the one on the bottom has my address because I don't always want my personal home address on stuff. So that's why I have two of them.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't even have my address one.
Yeah.
Mine is not my address. Mine is what the other stuff that you said.
Yeah.
And I ended up printing out address labels, but that's actually a better idea because then you do kind of have times when you want your address there. Yeah,
and by the way, you can get this style from Mary Kay too, which I like this, something fancier for like family letters or, really cute personal letters or whatever. I like that one.
MK Connections?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Anyway, and then I was going to say too, with packaging, I just use a really, I need to update it, but I just have a food scale, and that works great for packaging too. And you can get really expensive food scales or package scales. I don't know if they're less expensive or not, but
that was a digital scale. I don't think it was expensive. It runs on 2 AA batteries. It doesn't hook into anything.
Yeah.
What's nice is it has the point something.
Yeah, food scale does
round up.
Yeah.
Really quick on that too. Let me just share with you guys. So I've done like stamps.com. I've done a whole bunch of things over the years. And currently, what I have found to be the cheapest postage, cheaper than actually the post office, is PayPal. So most people have a PayPal account, and most people's PayPal accounts are private, like a personal PayPal. But you can actually change it to business, and it doesn't cost any money to do that. And when you do change it to business, now under tools, and I actually have a video on my YouTube channel that you can watch on how to do that. But it's much cheaper, and I just checked it again the other day. I have Dynamo stamps and Decino, I think is what it is, a program. And I just wanted to see if PayPal was going to be cheaper, or that was, and it was like $2 cheaper through PayPal. So
wow.
Yeah, it was a lot. So definitely, check that out. PayPal, again, my daughter is an artist, and she was shipping stuff, and I was telling her about it, and she's like, I don't have that option. And I said, is your business account? She goes, no, it's personal. I said, make it a business. It doesn't cost anything to make it a business account. You just change the setting, and then you'll have that option. So that's something you can look at.
That's
Okay.
so cool.
Yeah. All right. So I think I'm going to mute me. And I'm going to spotlight my phone.
There you go.
And that's my bag. And I am amazing. Just kidding. But I might as well show you up here. This is like my little wall. I have a tracking thing here. But look, this is my wall. Look, this was something my mother-in-law gave me for when we owned our Cadillac for the first time. My birthday is on Elvis Presley's birthday. And so this was like a thing. And this is one of his, what does it say? Ambition is a dream. Isn't this cool? Elvis Presley with a V8 engine. Isn't that the coolest thing ever?
Yeah, I love it.
I do too. So anyway, that's my daughter Jordan and her husband Will. There's Casey. I don't know where my son is. He's not up here right now. I was in the newspaper years ago. All my little awards. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so here's a system. I knew I'd find one. Okay, so when I have makeovers, this is a customer's order. I have goodie bags or swag bags or whatever you want to call them. And these are done up. So this is done in alphabetical order. Blue, brown, hazel. And they are a look card. This is the hazel look card. And this is a love mini. And the person that would get this is somebody who brought 3 or more people. Otherwise, they would get the ultimate little sample mascara. And then they get like a lip gloss or a fragrance wand, a piece of chocolate, my business card, and a sparkle card. Okay? And then, so that's that system. So it's really great. It's already done. I have them all done up. I don't have to worry about trying to get something together for each appointment. And then I usually put my order. So like this is a gal's order. And so I like this little bags. I actually ran out of my big bags, so I had some of these. And this is fun with one hand. I don't know if you can see that little sticker in there. It says your skin's gonna love you because she ordered several skincare items. Just a little fun thing. Okay, so I'm gonna try and so you don't see my super messy office. It's not super messy, but could be cleaner. Okay, so over here is my products. These are the products that I use to travel with. So if I go, because I don't do a lot of appointments at my house anymore. So when I go to the studio or if I go to somebody's house, I have basically a full store right here. Okay. But what I want to show you is these are my product here. Let me pull back a little bit so you can see this. Here's my product cabinets. I got these from IKEA. You can see the storage underneath is sticking out. Oh, and on the side here is my bags. So I just did those like 3M hooks and I did my bags on the side. All right, so this particular cabinet is skincare, and I'm getting kind of low because I usually put up top, I'll put my miracle sets over here and my repair sets over here. And so I have like 4 sets in that, and then that's all I have left. And this is all the little skincare I have left. I really am kind of low. Mary's probably looking at this and dying. So botanical is down here. So this is all skincare and supplements. My top drawer here is where I have tissue. This right here are the fragrances that are my demo fragrances. And so I'm gonna, I'm hearing like an echo. So let me.
You're fine.
Is it not messing it up over there?
No.
Okay, good. All right, so here we go. Tissue. So I spritz with the fragrance, the tissue. I pull whatever products I need and I lay them in here. I wrap them up, and I have white tissue, or this right now I'm doing pink polka dots. I usually have a couple of cello bags here for their gift with purchase. So that way I can do up something cute. I have some fragrance cards right here. And if they have earned a gift with purchase, they're going to get this inside that bag. So they know it's a free gift. And I also love these for my customers that order skincare or reorder it. I just think it's so cute. This is from Pink Printing. It's your skin's going to love you. So I don't do that on little things, but when I do a bigger order, I like to do that. So I have my Clear Proof here, the Time Wise supplements here, my Time Wise and Repair here. And then this here is Dearborn samples. So this particular box of cellulose are my samples. I broke open this box. And so if a customer orders a lot, $100 or more, I might throw one of those in there. That's also where I grab one for me. And then in here I have some miscellaneous. This is our Don't Look Away campaign. I have my business cards. And then I have these little fun stickers because that's what I seal down the tissue after I wrap it. So I have stickers there. And I always have a pair of scissors too, just in case I need it. So that's this cabinet. This cabinet over here is more of the other stuff. Like the color stuff is here, like roll-up bags, brush sets, brush cleaners, perfumes, Skin Rate brushes, the body care. Here's my hand creams, which I love, in the men's line. Okay. And then this is what I do with my section 2. So I have lots of really great samples in here. And then what I also will do is take some of my color lipstick samples or whatever, but I pull the different samples to fill up my thank you bag based on what I want to do. So they're side by side. And then this is my overflow, color overflow, or just other overflow. So like my extra brushes, stuff like that. Trying to think if there's anything else with this. All right, so I'm going to say, okay, so Mary.
Yeah.
Did you want to share what you do?
Sure. Yours is way more organized than mine is.
No, it's not.
It totally is. But I was going to just show you guys with the brushes. I got tired of trying to read the little fine print on the actual handle of the brushes. And so I just bundled mine together. So like these ones are liquid foundation. I just bundled them together, labeled them, and put a rubber band around them. And that way, when I go to grab them out of my bag, I know exactly what kind of brush it is. We're looking at your, what do you call it? Thing, Jamie, your chandelier. We're looking at the bottom of your chandelier right now.
How convenient for me just to lay it there to see my chandelier. All right, I'm trying to think if I need to, I'm thinking I can turn this off.
On your cell phone? Oh, okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, you guys can kind of see my shelves behind me. I just have bookshelves. So I just have, and just like what you do, Jamie, I have everything grouped together. So on that shelf behind me right there, you can see the fragrances, men's care, and body care. That shelf is, it's the Time Wise 3D, and then foundations and powders. And then this shelf over there is my repair and my satin lips and all of that. And then the cupboard in between, that's where I keep all of my papers, my samples. I have little drawers in there that I keep all my samples and everything organized in there. So it's similar to what you have, but you know, you develop your own system and figure out what you want to do. The only thing I do a little bit differently with my customer deliveries, I actually, when we ordered wrapping stuff from National Wraps at Christmas time, I got paper gift bags that I really love, that are really pretty and not specific to any holiday. So I use those. If you guys can see inside my cupboard, I have the same hooks in here for my bags. You guys see that? So yeah. I just got, these are my product delivery bags that I use. and just, wrap the product in tissue. And then I love delivering in these. I just think they're really cute and pretty and they stand out. And then I have these little drawers in here. I don't know if you guys can see these, but I have little drawers and systems for all my samples and demos and stuff in there. Just to keep all my sample stuff organized and section 2 stuff organized.
So what I noticed with Mary and is if you can't see it, if it's in a drawer or something, it's labeling is like the greatest thing on the planet. Okay. And so another thing that I'm not going to show you in my closet because my daughter came over, we were working, I got my wrap stuff more organized, which is in the other room. And so this closet's not quite up to showing you what it should look like. But I will tell you guys that a system that I did in another house that I had, and it's a fantastic system, especially for the section 2 sample stuff, is you can get one of those, I think you can get them at the dollar store, the shoe bags.
Oh, yeah.
But you want the ones that have the clear pockets in the front.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
They're like the best because you can put your things, you can see what you're getting low on, see what you have. They're like the greatest thing on the planet. And so definitely, that's another thing. So hopefully, by the way, Mary and I both have way more than an Emerald Store order.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
So those of you who are like, new consultants and, you were looking at the packages and Emerald was one of the top package, I just want you to know that we both have double that on our shelf because when you build your business and you start having hundreds of customers, I'm a little concerned. I'm getting ready to place an order tomorrow at how low my inventory is right now. Like if this was anywhere near the holiday time, I would be dying. I'd be freaking out because people order 2 and 3 at a time. So I need to fill it. I've been waiting for the new foundations to come out, and so I need to just put my order in. So yeah. So just know that Mary and I sell this product. We develop customers all the time. We are excited about teaching you guys how to do the same. And so we wanted to give you a little peek into our office and a little bit about our systems. So if you're the personality type that feels like you can't move if you don't have systems, I get it. I do. And hopefully this was able to help you guys a little bit. So Keely, do you have any questions for us?
She's muted.
There we go. I'm unmuted. No, I mean, no.
Okay, no, that's good. That's good. That's all right. I just wanted to make sure. So that's it for tonight. So
I was going to show one more thing, Jamie.
Okay.
One more really quick thing. I found one of these little it's like a compartmentalized little thing. And can you guys see? I put all my samples, applicators, and sample liners and stuff in here, so I can take this really easily with me to my appointment. And it's just really handy. So I just wanted to show you that really quick.
Well, that reminds me of a system I forgot to write down. Okay, so another system that's critical for you, and at the bottom of one of my cabinets, I have 2 bins. And then in my little bathroom right here, it's a Jack and Jill. I have the cleaners and stuff. You've got to have a system for your skincare class supplies. So when you come home and you've got dirty brushes, you have to have a system. Like I walk through my laundry room and the dirty washcloths go in my sink because I'll do a load of laundry with them. And the 2 bins below here is where I have my extra. So I have a thing just like Mary does that I carry with me to my appointments for my, doe tip applicators or the mascara wands and things like that. But then I have extra, the bigger stuff down here, Windex to Windex the mirrors and clean stuff. So you want to have those systems where you can come in, dump the dirty, get the fresh, restock, re-go, and back out the door again. So it's really a system, and you're not frantically looking all over your house for everything because it takes time, it takes energy, it's an energy drain, and who wants to do that? Because then you're not going to want to hold an appointment because you think it's too much work.
Yeah.
You just have to have a system.
And I was going to say too, I always find for me, because for too many years, I didn't do it right after my appointment. And then when I went to go get ready for my next appointment, it felt like it took me forever and I was missing stuff and blah, blah, blah. So, now I just, right after my appointment, I clean everything. Repack it the way I know I want it to be. And then I make a note if there's anything I'm low on or anything I'm missing or whatever. So I make sure I grab more of them and then I'm ready. So I know for my next appointment, I don't even have to think about it. I just grab it and go because I know it's completely ready to go. So that has been a good change for me.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that's right. And another system I just realized too. So for money, Now, this was more relevant in the old days because many more people wrote checks in the old days. But I have in this drawer right here, I have my money bag. And I have one for my director business and one for my retail business. And so if somebody pays me a check or mails me a check, it does not go in this bag until I have checked off their invoice that it has been paid. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want to deposit something, did not mark it off if it's been paid, and then think they still owe me money. Do you know what I'm saying? So that I would just lay it here at my desk, and then when I recorded it that it was paid, that's when it goes in here. When it's in here, it's meant to go to the bank, okay? Or meant to be deposited via my phone. But the point is, that's a system for me because I want to rely on my memory, and I definitely want to be responsible with people's money and their credit card charges and things like that. So that was another system that I used that was for me that, might help as well. Did you have anything, Mary, on that?
Well, yeah, the only thing I do is I will, especially if it's a credit card, I will mark on there that I did their ProPay, I ran it. So I always make sure I make that note just directly on the receipt so that I don't do it again.
I do the same thing, yep. And especially if you're in the field, in the field versus home. So I keep going back. So sometimes when you're in the field, I have this special case on my phone. And so I'm not able to put the little swipey thing in it. Mm-hmm. So I'd have to go to the ProPay app, and there was a time, I haven't even checked it since, there was a glitch and I kept saying denied. And I'm like, it's so weird. So I would write out the person's credit card, on the sales ticket here. And you always want to have the billing zip code. And I would write it out and I'd say, I'll just process it at home. And so when I would come home and do it, it went fine. So it was a glitch in the app. But the thing is, if I did it in the field, I would do what she just said. If I did it on my app, I would circle whatever card it was, and I would do PP or like ProPay. So it was already done. So same thing, because you just want to make sure. Yeah. And some people might be thinking, I would never. I mean, because when you only have one appointment here, one appointment there, you're like, I got it. I won't forget anything. But when you keep rocking and rolling, and people are reordering, your customers are reordering, and then you got a whole bunch of new ones. Right. Trust me, it's a good practice. It's a good habit to set up so that you could do what you do today, the same as you could do if you had 100 orders in 2 days. You know what I mean? The same system, and you're never going to be fried. Yep. So, true. All right. So, I thought we would be done way early tonight, but clearly we're not. Just the way it is. Sorry. So you guys, make it a great April. Finish it out. The Fat Lady does not sing until 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday night. So you need to run all the way through. It does not matter what you have in, what you've done so far. It doesn't matter. The end of the month is not here. Keep running all the way through, and you will set yourself up for a great May as well. So you guys, Mary and I, anything else, Mary?
No, that's it. Okay. It was great. Thank you.
Rock it out.
Bye. Bye. Have a great day. Bye.